This is shuttle launch control at T-minus 3 hours and holding. Approximately 1 hour and 11 minutes remaining in this built-in hold. The ice team is at the pad doing their inspections at this time and is reporting some limited ice found in on the external tank, but not of any consequence. We are now in the breakfast room. This is shuttle launch control at T-minus 3 hours. The crew headed down the elevator. And momentarily we'll see them boarding the Astrovan. This is a view of the orbiter access arm, and we can see our 5-member flight crew crossing from the fixed service structure into the White Room. Commander Lauren Schreiber has just
Morning, Lauren. You're loud and clear.
10. You're loud and clear also, Steve.
Houston, MS1, radio check, over.
MS1, Houston, you're loud and clear. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning. Looks like a nice day down here.
That's good. We're working on other places.
OTC, OVCC. Go ahead. Yes, sir. Op support setup 20. Side hatch closeout and White Room configuration is complete. We're ready to clear the pad.
Okay.
T-minus 7 minutes, 30 seconds and counting.
LSS go for orbiter access arm retract.
This arm can be re-extended in less than half a minute if that's necessary. Coming up on T-minus 5 minutes and counting.
LSS go for orbiter APU start.
And we have a go for APU start.
APU, please.
That's in work, Stanley.
Final purge sequence of the main engines is in work. We're now transferring to internal power and switching off the orbiter's ground power supply. At this point, Discovery is being powered by the onboard fuel cells. Standing by now, here's the retraction of the gaseous oxygen vent hood. The gimbling of the main engines is complete, and the aero surfaces have been verified that they are positioned for launch. The external tank now is reported to be at flight pressure.
OTC 212. Close and lock your visors and initiate your O2 flow, and you all have a good trip.
Roger that. 10 work.
Standing by now for a go for auto sequence start. T-minus 33.
Teflon clock will hold at T-minus 31 seconds due to a failure.
Hearing the pickup terminal sequence MPS.
That's affirmative, so we'll go. We're in good shape.
Okay, you have a go to proceed.
LSS go for auto sequence start.
We are go for start.
25.
Booster hydraulic power units have started.
20.
Sound suppression water system has started.
15.
T-minus 13 seconds.
10.
T-minus 10, go for main engine start. We are go for main engine start. T-minus 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery with the Hubble Space Telescope, our window on the universe.
Mission Control, Houston.
Roll program.
Roger, roll, Discovery.
The roll maneuver puts the vehicle in the proper launch plane. Guidance officer confirms a good roll maneuver. Engines now throttling back. The throttle down maneuver assists in reducing the aerodynamic loads on Discovery as it passes through the area of maximum dynamic pressure. Velocity now 1,200 feet per second. Discovery downrange 3 nautical miles.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
All 3 engines now throttled back up.
Go throttle up.
Engines at 104%. The go at throttle up call signifies that all systems are performing well. All 3 auxiliary power units look good. Discovery's velocity now 2,300 feet per second and is downrange 8 nautical miles. Standing by for SRB separation. And both solid rocket boosters have separated. Discovery's velocity now 4,300 feet per second at a downrange distance of 35 nautical miles. Booster officer reports all 3 engines stable at 104% performance.
Discovery Houston, performance is nominal. Discovery Houston, you have a go to open the doors.
Roger, Houston. Houston, Discovery.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Yeah, Ox, you guys can probably see it. Looks like that Ox booster on the left domes is kind of getting noisy, and it's tripping the caution and warning.
Roger that. Stand by, Charlie. We're talking about it. No action for you right yet.
Houston, Discovery.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Yeah, Steve, we'd like to know if we can go ahead and get a jump on KU band deploy.
That's affirmative, Charlie. You have a go for KU band deploy.
And Houston, you've probably seen all the IMU line stuff. Looks complete.
Roger that, Lauren. We've been watching you. The IMUs look good, and we concur that you're complete.
And this is Mission Control Houston at 3 hours 2 minutes into the flight of Discovery. We're now seeing payload bay views from camera A. That's on the forward bulkhead of Discovery looking aft. We're seeing the remote manipulation.
We're getting some real good payload bay television downlink, and we see that Steve has been hard at work getting the RMS deployed.
Okay, he's getting a good start into RMS checkout right now.
Roger, Lauren.
This is Mission Control. Mission Specialist Steve Hawley continuing to take the RMS through its checkout procedures. We are looking at the end effector as it is run through the snare drive test.
Discovery Houston, just wanted to let you know that the ground is currently configured for HST main bus activation. So we're ready when you are.
Houston, we just put the main bus power on.
Roger, Lauren. We copy.
morning outer space.
This is Mission Control Houston. This digital animation being fed by live telemetry depicting the motion of the robot arm as Mission Specialist Steve Hawley. The Hubble Space Telescope has been grappled. Photographic equipment on the flight deck to document the deploy activities.
Discovery, Houston. Go ahead, Story. Roger that. Understand. Go for Perla release and go for transfer to internal power on time. That's firm.
How does it look out your window as far as clearance? Because that's the only thing. Oh, you can't see. I can't see out your window either. That shows us about 2 inches starboard.
Coming in over your shoulder.
A little bit more.
Okay, still coming.
Okay.
What's my Z?
Okay, Z is minus 538. And it's coming up nicely.
Yeah, free drift, Story. And we see first motion. Looks good.
And as the crew just confirmed, we're seeing both blankets beginning to unfurl on the port side solar array.
So far we see good smooth motion both sides.
And we got TV down here, Lauren.
Roger that. Yeah, free drift, Story. And we see first motion. Looks good.
And as the crew just confirmed, we're seeing both blankets beginning to unfurl on the port side solar array.
So far we see good smooth motion both sides.
And we got TV down here, Lauren.
Roger that.
The solar arrays are driven out of their cassettes by bistems, which are at each side of the array. The bistem is visible in the television being downlinked from the spacecraft at this time. It's attached at the end of the array to a spreader bar, and the spreader bar is in turn attached to the array, which literally pulls the array out of the cassette, which held it packaged during launch.
Thanks, Lauren.
When fully deployed, both of the arrays together produce about 6,000 volts, about half of which is required to operate telescope systems, and during the daylight side of the pass, the other half is used to recharge the 6 nickel hydrogen batteries. Shift Supervisor Pete Patero just checking with his control team, receiving a report that from the ground, as confirmed by the crew from orbit, the deploy activity so far is going very smoothly. We see no indications of any problems at this time.
Discovery, Houston.
Go ahead.
We're looking more and more like in orbit 20. Release, we'd like you to press on with the EVA prep.
Okay, we copy. We'll press on with that.
Discovery, we'd like free drift for minus SDM deploy.
Okay, we copy free drift.
It's firm.
Okay, you're in free drift now.
Thank you.
We see motion.
So do we, Lauren.
As the blankets begin deploying, the orbital verification team is watching very closely the tension being placed on those wings so far. Looking good.
Houston Discovery, it looks like motion stopped with just about one panel showing.
And we see that too, Lauren. The DCE is off.
EVA, we would need to begin depressurizing the airlock in about 12 to 13 minutes from now.
We've got the DCE back on. We're going to disable the tension monitoring and resend the proc to deploy the minus SDM.
Okay, hit it. Houston Discovery.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Okay, Story, we've been taking marks. Residuals and ratios look good, and we'd like to go ahead and go to filter state. Story, I was taking pictures. You want? I may have missed your call. You want to go ahead and do RMS power down so we can get the guys out of the airlock? Is that affirm?
But that's at your convenience, Steve. But once we do have the RMS stowed, then we'll back out of EVA.
Okay. I'll tell you what. We'll spend just a few more minutes then getting some pictures here.
Yes, sir. Do just that.
Tell Hoot he better find that guy and sign him up from XQ that did the wake-up music.
Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take it. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama.
Story, what we wanted to do was say,
Let me start with a little bit of a...
And there is nothing in the void where the bang closed the hole in the middle of it all. There's nothing.
And Houston Discovery, we're ready to close payload bay doors if you still are.
Roger that. We were just talking about that, and the FES looks good, and you have a go for payload bay door closing.
This is Mission Control. Crew's been given the go for payload bay door closing based on the possibility that weather forecasters will be able to revise the forecast downward on wind conditions for Edwards later this morning for our landing opportunity.